Sana lang sa wala? All callers are muted and they can unmute themselves.
Yalimos, everyone. Welcome to the call. We're just going to get started in a few minutes here. I've put everyone on mute for now, and we'll have an opportunity to ask questions at the end. So just sit tight for a few more minutes and we'll get started. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started. Yalimos, everyone. My name is Ali Khan. I'm the project manager for this year's trip. We're really excited to meet all of you students in just a couple of weeks here, or less than a couple of weeks here. Today we're just going to go through a little bit of information, some logistics, some content. But before we get into that, just a couple of broad pieces about the trip that I wanted to mention to everyone on the call. This is a very rare opportunity for high school students. You're going to get to see some of the top schools in the country. You're going to get to meet some amazing individuals, both other students in the U.S. and also some mentors who are college students and young professionals in a variety of fields. And we'll talk more about the staff and the mentors in a little bit. But at the get-go, I just want to say thank you. Thank you to the parents for allowing us for two things. One, your trust in allowing us to take care of your students over the weekend. I know for some students, this might be your first time flying, and so we value the trust the parents are putting in us to take care of your children over this weekend. And safety is definitely our number one priority. We're also obviously doing a lot throughout the weekend, but safety is definitely our number one priority. And so we thank you for trusting us to take care of your children over this weekend in Boston. Secondly, we want to thank you for your trust in this very crucial point in their lives when the students are really thinking about what they want to do with their lives, what colleges they want to go to. And so we thank you for letting us be a part of that piece. And we hope that they really gain something from it. We understand that you want to learn as much as possible, and this trip will be very challenging. We will be presenting a lot of information. We will be walking a lot. There will be a lot thrown at you at once. However, at the end of the day, this trip will be very rewarding. So let's get started. I'll first introduce our staff here. Like I said, my name is Ali Khan. I'm the project manager for this year's trip. Arif Sajwani is one of our logistics coordinators, along with Hassan Himani, and Sonia Jimani is our content coordinator. So I'm going to pass it off to Hassan Himani, who's going to take us through the rest of the presentation here. And at the end of the call, we'll open it up for questions. And Hassan, just press *6 to unmute yourself.
Awesome. Yeah, just double checking. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Awesome. So like Alex said, thank you so much for trusting us in this crucial period for your students in their college application process, whether they're still early on in their high school careers or whether they're kind of reaching towards that process in the near future. What we do want to let you know that with our mentors, this year we had one of the largest application pools in terms of our mentors. And we had a very rigorous process in terms of application and interviewing. So we do feel like we have, I guess, the best of all those who applied this year in our mentors. And with our mentors, as you can see in our team, that we do have a pretty good ratio of male to female ratio mentors for the students. With these mentors, they also come from a very broad and different background range. That's not only in what they studied in their academic background, but they can also, be true for their work experience. Be true for their work experience and what they do, whether that's internships or if they're current professionals now. So we do feel that not only the diversity comes with the academic and professional settings, but also where they went to school. These mentors went to schools across the nation. And they also sit in different places. Their residences are within different regions. So they also give the students the opportunity to reach out and be closer to these mentors in terms of location and maybe in terms of different schools besides the ones in the Northeast that the students are going to be considering. So I'm going to go on to the next slide. As you can see right now, the schedule will be put up online. What I can go through is kind of give you the day-to-day overview of what it looks like. As we go through day, we will make sure we put something finalized and structured. But ideally, what comes in is Thursday night, or Thursday, all the participants do arrive. The way this works, they come to the airport, and we do have our staff that will be at the airport for arrival, going out and reaching. When the students come in, they'll reach out to the staff, and we'll make sure that our staff goes and collects them and brings them back to a central location. When they come to that central location, then that Thursday, we usually head back to the hotel in the evening, and then we have like our introductions where they meet all the mentors as well as they meet each other. Thursday night, and then Friday is our first day of touring and going all these college campuses. So we kind of keep that a little bit lighter. So we go to our first two college campuses. Those will be Boston College and Babson. They're going to get the opportunity to experience different types of campuses, the field, the environment, ask questions to tour guides, walk the campus, see how it feels, make sure it's a good fit for them. And then later that day, we do have some fun planned in terms of being able to see sites of the city. So we do have kind of a city tour just to kind of see, get the look and the feel of the city as well. And we're going to go to a dining area, a really famous dining area. Then we come back to the hotel, we have another session, and then we have another mentor session that kind of debriefs and goes back and helps them overlook the day at hand, as well as kind of gives them more preparation. So these are very jam-packed days. The next day, Saturday, is kind of our heavier day where we have a lot more colleges in place. So we have MIT, Harvard, and Boston University. So kind of the same thing where we'll be able to go on these campus tours, ask questions, get the look and feel, understand the environment, see different aspects of it, and now they're going to be able to have, all these different colleges in mind already where they can compare and contrast, see what's comfortable for them, listen to what they're hearing, and see if this seems to be an opportunity or right fit for them as they go through the college application process. And we'll have opportunities on this campus to, go through professors and do ask questions to other faculty members. Saturday as well, we do go to Connie after we do our 3 college tours. So we just want to make sure that the students are aware of that they are dressed appropriately. We do not go back to the hotel when we do our college tours, the day starts once we leave and we don't come back until the evening. So we do go to Kanye. It is without us. We do want to make sure that we do respect the democracy there, that we're there on time. And also at Kanye, that's going to give them an opportunity to meet other young professionals and other students currently in Boston. So they do get an opportunity to meet other students beyond the mentors that they already have. And then lastly, Sunday, not the last day, we go to Brown. It's a little bit away, so we venture out there, the last college you see, and then we do our departure. We head to the airport, and then we do our departure, and we make sure that all students are escorted by a staff member to their gate, to their terminal. We can't get past security within, and make sure that they're safe. And then students will also reach out to make sure they're at their gate. So we do everything we can, like Ali Khan mentioned, to make sure that they are safe. We do know they are, and that they are properly at their right terminal. So I'm going to move on to the next slide. That was in terms of content. Logistics, I'm going to go in terms of content. So as you can see on content, that we do have a lot packed in. We have things such as school biographies, the ticket, and the package, or their student binder. We do have campus visit questions, a roadmap, and then we also have college preparation terminology, because we know that as we go on the trip, a lot of words, a lot of language, a lot of acronyms are thrown out that your students still may not be familiar with. So we want to make sure that we're giving them enough information to prepare themselves, as well as be able to know what is being talked about. Also, in terms of content, we do have various sections. So as I mentioned, we have sessions where they are kind of debriefs. They are different scenarios that help challenge and allow your students to critically think and prepare themselves. We also have round robin sessions that directly provide great advice and great information towards the college application process while we're going on these college tours during the day. And some of those might be in terms of college essays, tips and tricks, financial aid, different ways, different opportunities to collect financial aid, resume building, which will definitely help your students in terms of creating a roadmap. And also, we do have one more session in terms of just more preparation for the trip. So we do have a lot of these the college application process. So kind of going over what the application looks like, just to get the unique feel of it. To also expose themselves early on, so they aren't intimidated when they do open up this application process. So we can get more in terms of logistics. If there are any other questions as we move forward. What I do want to do is now go into some frequently asked questions on our website, which is www.nationalcollegeexpedition.com. We do have a section for Q&A on the website. It just provides a lot of questions we've got in the past, and then also things such as the packing list for what to bring on the trip. So what I do, since I mentioned the packing list, what I do want to mention is that we do feel that there's an important need for the students to be comfortable and presentable as we are representing our Smiley community as we're going on these different colleges, meeting these different outside community members. And also in terms of, we do go to Connie on Saturdays, so we do want to make sure that we do look well for that. Please rest in a way that they do feel good walking in and touring in, but that they do feel like they can go to Connie and represent themselves well. Boston, we will provide a weather update closer to the trip. That around this time still can be a little gloomy, can be kind of wet because it rains, and also just sometimes it's a little chilly. So you do want to make sure that they are bringing a jacket. The most important thing that we need to consider for students is that they are wearing comfortable walking shoes or sneakers. We discourage any other type of shoes, dress shoes. We are walking for almost all of the trip on all these tours. So we just want to make sure that there is no frustration or pain or anything that will hinder their attention away from getting all this great information that we pack in. So do make sure that they are wearing proper sneakers and shoes as we are going through all these trips and tours. Another question we usually get asked about computers. With the way our program is structured, the way the schedules are getting so packed that we don't really have time to get on computers and do any work. So we discourage students bringing computers. Even at the end of the day, when we come back to the hotel, we have the night session. We do try to get our students to bed as early as possible, just to make sure they are awake and alert for the next day, that they are properly rested. that way they're not tired and groggy as they go on the tours next day. So we do discourage students to bring in their computers. Another question that usually comes up from that is about cell phones. Students can definitely have their cell phones, but we do want to say that we hope that the students, if they do have their cell phones, our respective programs, tours, and all the volunteers that are a part of this trip. So we usually encourage keep it with you, keep it in the bag, keep it in your pocket. Just please don't have it while we're on these tours, and only use it as necessary. So we do have more questions and answers that are on the website. One thing I just want to bring up is that on this trip, there will be 3 meals, and we will be having an opportunity to go through surveys, to collect souvenirs or to buy souvenirs for those 3 meals. And for those, to get those souvenirs, we do ask that students do bring money enough to cover the meals and souvenirs. We don't usually provide an amount, just whatever you feel is the best for the student. And that's usually the last question I have. So what I can do is divert it back to Olichan, and then we can do question and answers. What we'll do first, for those that are on the live feed that are providing comments, we'll run through those, answer those, and then after we answer those questions, we will push out to anyone on the line that might have more questions.
All right, thanks, Hassan. So what we'll do is if you're watching the live feed on YouTube, you can put a comment in the question, you can put a question in the comment box at the bottom and submit it, and we'll read out those as they come in. If you're listening over the phone, you can press *6 to unmute yourself and ask a question.
Hello?
Yeah, do you have a question?
Yes, how much money is enough?
That's a good question.
Or do we need to send a credit card?
Yeah, that's a good question. So like Hassan mentioned, there are 3 meals that they cover. The meals should be around $10 each, maybe 15 just to be safe, but usually $10 covers it. And if they want to buy souvenirs, if you want your child to buy a sweatshirt or a t-shirt or something for one of the schools, then those can range in price from $20 each to $50. Any other questions? Remember, press *6 on your phone to unmute yourself.
I kind of have a question here online.
Okay, go for it.
As a Canadian student, would I need a parent letter authorizing me to get through customs and immigration as I am a minor?
You shouldn't need a letter from what I've heard. If you'd like, you can print out the excuse letter that we provided in the acceptance package, which says, you're attending this trip to visit schools. That might be useful just to bring with you if needed, but I don't think you'll need a letter from your parents. Any other questions? *6 to unmute yourself. We'll be on here for another 5 or 10 minutes if needed.
Are we planning to go to Jamaat on Friday and Saturday?
So we are only going to Jamaat on Saturday night.
Friday is not an option.
Friday we will not be attending now. Any other questions? *6 to unmute yourself. If you're on the YouTube channel, you can submit a comment with your question and we'll read it out on the phone here.
I think I got another one online.
Okay.
How do we find you at the airport?
That's a good question. So once you arrive at the airport, what you'll do is you'll send a text message to us, and we're going to send you all of this information in an email in the coming days here. But you'll get an email telling you to send a text message to someone on our staff, and then we will send a staff member to come meet you, and they'll bring you to our central location where everyone will be waiting. So basically, you'll coordinate with one of our staff members on a meeting point, and then they'll come bring you to our central location. And all of this information will be sent in email in the next week with who to send a text message to and what to do once you get to Boston. We'll be monitoring your flights, so we'll know when you guys are landing. But still, just shoot us a text so we can coordinate with you on where to meet.
I got another one here.
Okay.
Will we be meeting with professors or attending any lectures as a part of our tour?
Yeah, that's a great question. So yes, we will be meeting with a professor at one point during the weekend. It won't be a lecture like specifically on something that they teach or a class. It'll be more of an informal conversation where they'll present a little bit about their background and who they are, and then we'll have a Q&A session. Okay, any other questions? *6 to unmute yourself if you're here over the phone, and submit a comment if you're on the YouTube channel. Okay, I think that seems to be all of the questions. Again, thank you so much for joining. We're looking forward to meeting you all in just a few days here. If you have any other remaining questions, feel free to email us at nationalcollegeexpedition@gmail.com. We also have, like Hudson mentioned, some frequently asked questions and a packing list on www.nationalcollegeexpedition.com. Thank you, and we look forward to seeing you.